You're staring at your task list. Again. That proposal you need to write, the follow-up emails, the client meeting prep, all sitting there like a weight on your chest. You know what needs to be done. You want to do it, but your brain feels like it's spinning its wheels in mud. The world tells you this is a willpower problem. Work harder, be more disciplined, get your act together. But that's wrong. This isn't about fixing what's broken. My name's Peter, and I've been an entrepreneur for over 20 years, first in nonprofit technology, now as an ADHD coach. And here's what I've learned. You are not running a broken system. You're running an ADHD operating system in a world designed for neurotypical hardware. If you're an entrepreneur with ADHD, you're in good company. Research shows that 10 to 30% of entrepreneurs have ADHD, up to 6 times higher than the general population. And there's a reason for that. ADHD brains are naturally entrepreneurial. You see opportunities and connections that others might miss. When something lights you up, you can hyper-focus like nobody's business. You're comfortable with risk and pivoting quickly. Creative problem solving is your default mode. But entrepreneurship does require executive function skills that ADHD brains struggle with. Tracking multiple projects, remembering what needs to be done and when, breaking big ideas into actionable steps. The ADHD operating system is tuned for creativity, ideation, connection, and hyperfocus. But it doesn't handle storage and retrieval well. That's a neurotypical specialty. We can't rely on our brains to remember everything. So we need to externalize. Externalize means taking things out of your head and putting them where you can see and touch them. It reduces the cognitive load of trying to keep everything in working memory. I use a task management system that captures projects and tasks easily with a built-in review routine. Every morning, I review and update each project and task. I don't rely on my brain to remember what needs attention. Now that handles the basics well, capturing tasks, reviewing projects. But even with tasks I care about, like creating these videos, I can still hit a wall. When I'm stuck, when I'm staring at a task and that wall pops up, that's when I need to go deeper. When I'm blocked, I ask myself 3 questions. Question number 1, do I understand this task? When a task is unclear, vague, or confusing, my ADHD brain can shut down completely. I need clarity on 3 things. What's the expected outcome? What are the specific steps? What resources do I need? Record a video? That isn't a task. It's a mini project. So I break it down. Identify the topic. Create an outline. Draft section by section with feedback from AI. Read it out loud, then record. I write these steps down and keep them visible. You'd think after creating so many videos, this would be automatic. But I need to externalize. It saves precious brain power. Question 2. Is there an emotion blocking me? Shame and fear can block anyone. But for ADHD in midlife, we've often lived with these emotions for decades. When they attach to a task, they can shut us down. And we don't always realize they're there. With videos, I sometimes struggle with the fear that people won't like what I create. More specifically, that experts in the ADHD community will judge me, that I don't belong here, and someone will call me out. When I feel that, I write the following down. What's the emotion? Where do I feel that emotion in my body? And what story am I telling myself? Then I ask, what if I told myself a different story? That I'm becoming an expert? That my job is to share my experience with those suffering with untreated ADHD? That this is true even when I make mistakes? Question 3, am I leveraging my strengths? It is so easy for us to focus on what we can't do. Our brains have been coded with the language of deficits and weaknesses. The answer isn't to ignore our challenges. It's to enlist our strengths to motivate and energize us. I track 2 kinds of strengths. One is performance strengths, what I'm actually good at doing. I'm a good writer. I simplify complex ideas, and I communicate well. And I can bring all of those to my videos. The other is character strengths, those core parts of me that feel effortless and energizing. Some of mine are humor, creativity, kindness, and forgiveness. Each video is different and requires creativity. It's kindness and forgiveness that drive my coaching because I have been where you are. These 3 questions seem simple, but for our ADHD operating system, they're the difference between booting up and the blue screen of death. Your ADHD brain is an asset for entrepreneurship, but you have to stop trying to run neurotypical software. Externalize the planning and tracking. When you get stuck, dig deeper with these 3 questions. That's how ADHD entrepreneurs can build businesses that work with their brains instead of against them. Click the link below to get a free 1-page worksheet for these 3 questions. Just have to enter your email and it's yours. And if you'd like help getting unblocked in your business, the link for a free introductory session is there too. Thank you.